Hello, everybody. This is Dee from Dee's Cute and Crafty, and I'm back with more Easter decor for you today. So I hope you're not bored or tired of it yet, because I still have more to show you. I have three DIYs that I'd like to share with you. So let's get into it. This first one, again, like my last video, has a lot of pieces to it, but it's still easy to do. So I have these felt bunnies, and I'm just showing you these as an option if you don't want to hand cut your bunnies like I'm going to do. This is the template that I used, and I went ahead and cut out three bunnies out of MDF because I wanted that Peeps bunny look. So that's why I cut my own. But again, you can use the felt garland from Dollar Tree. I have these letters, vinyl letters I picked up from Joann's. I have some paint stir sticks, about 8 of those. I have one full piece and then a little scrap piece of the wallpaper from Dollar Tree. And I went with the country barnwood look. And yes, I have a spooky Halloween sign. We're going to take it apart. You see me take it off the pieces. They were easy to lift up. We're going to use this and turn it into something completely beautiful and different. So since I have it out already, I'm just going to go ahead and cut my craft paper because I'm going to cover this up. Too much glitter for me to be sanding, and sometimes the paper is too hard to remove. But on this one, I think because it had so much glitter on it, I was able to pull this paper up really, really easily. In fact, I was able to save some of the paper and put away for Halloween, but I did still cover it. I'll be using my apple barrel in white and also apple barrel in elephant gray and apple barrel in sunny day. And this is not apple barrel pink. This is a pink that I just mixed up myself. I have the Waverly lavender paint. I will not be using the wood glue that I showed you. I have 9 of these little tiny black buttons from the Soology collection at Hobby Lobby and some jute cord. So here you see I've lined up all my pieces with the color paint that I want to paint them. And I did that off camera just to save some time. I painted all my bunnies, and then I painted my wood stir sticks because that's going to be the frame or the trim for this picture or wall decor piece that we're going to make. And here you see me just cutting out one of the letters because I had some vinyl letters that I was able to get most of my word out of, and then I had to open another pack to get another E. My first idea was to put "Hey Peeps," but I didn't like the spacing. I didn't like the 3 letters and then the 5 letters. I wanted 5 and 5, so I changed "Hey Peeps" to "Hello Peeps," and that spacing to my eye was much better. So I changed it up just a little bit. And here you see the change that I made. Now I'm going to peel these and put them on, but I'm not going to stick them down completely. I usually just put them down very lightly until I get them in place where I want them, and then I will go ahead and make sure that they're down completely so that when I paint over it, because we're doing reverse stenciling, when I paint over it, the paint does not seep underneath my letters. What I'm going to do, instead of just rubbing it down lightly with my finger, I'm going to take the back of my tweezer and I'm going to like burnish it really hard into that wood or that MDF because I want the letters, when I pull them up, to pick up some of the paint so that you can see some of the wood underneath to give it an old rustic look. If you don't want the paint to be lifted, the white paint to lift up to see the wood, then don't burnish it. Just rub it down with your fingers lightly. But I'm going to really burnish it and gouge those letters into that wood so that when the letter is lifted, the paint is lifted and you can see the brown underneath as well. It's going to give it a really beautiful old rustic look so that I don't have to try to sand it. So I'm just going to paint over it in the gray so that it matches the trim. And then I'm going to go back with my X-Acto knife and my tweezers and pull those letters up. And you'll be able to see, if you don't see it here, you'll see it in the reveal, exactly what I'm talking about. So while I'm doing that, I'd like to take this time to say thank you so much for joining me today for this video. As always, I'm blessed and happy to have you here. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Help YouTube push my videos out so my channel grows. Thank you so much. And this is what it looks like. I really like the look of that. I was really proud of myself for doing that. I thought maybe if I push it real hard, it'll lift up some of the paint. And that's exactly what it did. So now I'm just taking my pencil and I'm putting the face on the Peep Bunny. Just 3 little dots, doing it in pencil first so I can get placement where I want it. And then I'm going to take my little tiny, tiny buttons and hot glue them on. This came out so cute. I love it. I absolutely love it. Is it my favorite of the 3 that I'm going to show you today? Difficult choice. Oh my goodness, difficult choice. But this one is not my favorite. If you'd like to know which one is, you're going to have to keep watching. As always, I need you to comment down below and let me know which one is your favorite of the 3. So now that I've got my little face on, I am going to take some jute cord and wrap it around the neck about 3 times. And then I'm going to hot glue it to the back, flip it over, make a jute cord bow, and hot glue that down. Because I could craft for Easter like all year round. I know it sounds crazy, but I could craft for Easter pretty much like Christmas. It's just, it goes on forever. I could craft forever for that. Easter is so fun. Spring crafting, Easter crafting, I love it. So now that I have my 3 little Peeps bunnies ready to go, I'm going to work on this picture or this framing that I need to get done. So I'm going to take a piece of that wallpaper. I love this stuff. It's in my stash. I've had it forever and ever. And I was using it a lot when I first found it at Dollar Tree. And then I stopped using it for a while, but it's back. I'm pulling it back out. So I'm just going to peel the paper backing off and stick it to my sign. Just going to fold it over. You can cut it off if you don't want to do that. I'm just going to fold it over. Then I'm going to take this little scrap piece and line it up really good with the other piece so that you can't even tell that it's 2 different pieces. And I'm going to struggle for a while trying to get the corner to lift up so that I can peel it apart. Oh my goodness. So I'm just going to overlap this just a little bit. It's easy to do because you have lines on your wallpaper and you can match it up so easily. Again, just folding it over, smoothing it down. Going to cut off the excess. Going to sand it down so it's nice and smooth. And now I'm going to take my paint stir sticks and do my trim work. And these are so funny, you guys, because they're like, it's a puzzle. When I initially matched everything up, cut it down to size, got it where I wanted it, it all fit perfectly. But you're going to see here that I'm like, I thought that piece would fit in there. It really didn't. It looks like it should, but I kept pushing it down, and it just was too big. And I'm like, how did that happen? It fit before I painted it. But then I realized, you'll see here, everything's all, it fits nicely. And I'm hot gluing everything down. But when I get to that one piece on the side and I get ready to glue it down, it is not going to go back in place. This piece right here. Doesn't fit. That there's a little bit of lip on the bottom and it doesn't fit. So I had to take it off, take my X-Acto knife, peel all that glue off. And as I said, this fits just like a puzzle. All I had to do was flip it over. The edge that I had at the bottom was not the edge that I cut specifically for this piece, if that makes any sense. I had to turn it so that the bottom edge was the top edge was the bottom edge, and it slid right in, just like a puzzle piece. So now that that's done, I'm going to take my little bunnies, line them up, and hot glue them to this this frame. I can't believe how cute this came out. Oh my goodness. And there's a girl at work who would love this piece. So I'm probably going to take it to her because you guys, I have so much decor from the things that I make. There's no way I could display all of that in my house. It would just look really crazy. So I do take a lot of it to work and I just give it to my friends. I give it to my family. And I know for sure that Bree would love this piece. So I'll take it to her. So now that I've got everything hot glued in place and I have hot glued and stapled my Hello Peeps sign down, I'm just going to add one of the felt carrots in the center between the two words, put a jute cord hanger on the back, and this little beauty is ready to be displayed. How cute is she? I love her. Moving on to DIY number two, I have one of these tag signs from Hello Hobby. I have pulled out a couple of my solo wood flowers. I have one of these rail wreath bunnies from Dollar Tree. Of course, I got some cardboard and I've already got my egg shape cut out. All I did was take one of the Dollar Tree wreath form eggs, trace around it, cut it out. We'll finish that off in just a little bit. I have some of the Dollar Tree tile, ribbon of choice, which I didn't end up using. And I have some of the nautical cord from Dollar Tree, and I'm showing you how it looks when you buy it. But then on this roll, I just unwrapped or unraveled the nautical cord, and then I put it on that roll so I can use it more easily. I have my chiffon cream Rust-Oleum paint, and I also have some of the apple barrel melted chocolate. So we are going to make a basket. This is super easy to do. It's a little bunny egg basket. So I just traced the form around that metal wreath form on some cardboard to get my egg shape, cut out the center as you saw me do. And I'm going to take my bunny, and I want a chocolate bunny for this DIY, a neutral chocolate bunny. So I'm painting it in the melted chocolate apple barrel paint. And now I'm going to set that aside, let it dry, take my faux tile and trace around my egg because I want that tile on the bottom of my egg or of my basket. So we're going to cut that shape out, and I'm just looking at it to see how I like it. I am going to freehand a scallop edge right at the top of that faux tin tile. So just freehanding that little scallop, I thought it would add some elegance to the piece, so that's why I did it. And I'm just going to cut that out. And you guys, this one is hands down my favorite. Oh, I love it. It is my favorite of the three. It has that farmhouse elegance kind of look, if that makes any sense. It is a farmhouse rustic elegance. I am in love with this piece. So pretty. I think whenever you use that tin tile, it just elevates whatever it is you're making. It just takes it to another level and it looks like you bought it in a boutique or a shop somewhere. So now that I've got my scallops cut out, I am going to trace around the bottom and finish cutting out my egg basket shape. Just need the bottom of that rounded. And I'm going to take a little bit of hot glue and get this glued down to my cardboard. Now you do see a little bit of brown peeking out from the top of that scallop. Don't worry about that. We're going to paint it and you're not going to see it anymore. Going in with that Rust-Oleum chiffon cream and giving the entire piece a good coat of paint. Now this part is unnecessary and I don't know what I was thinking. All I could think was I got to cover up the corrugation. I need it to look high end. Can't have that cardboard showing, cover it up. So I covered it up, and after I did it, I thought, you're going to wrap this in that nautical cord and it's not going to matter. So you just wasted some beautiful farmhouse lace ribbon because I didn't pull it off. I just left it. So do not do that. You don't need to do that. Just go ahead and wrap it with your nautical cord. And I wrapped both sides and I left the top open because I was determined to use some of that farmhouse lace because I thought it was just beautiful. So I'm just going to wrap the top of this with the farmhouse lace ribbon. I love all the different textures that you get from the tile, from the lace, from the nautical cord. There's just so much going on in this piece, but it all comes together really beautifully. And now that that's done, I'm going to dry brush it with that melted chocolate. I want to dry brush over those raised areas just to bring more definition to that tile. I just think this is so pretty. I can't get over it. It's just wow. What you can do with some Dollar Tree supplies and some cardboard still amazes me. That's why I enjoy crafting so much. I can take things that are just random and put them together and come up with something that's just mind blowing to me. Now we're going to add our chocolate bunny to the egg basket. And I'm just going to staple this on. So I'm going to take two pieces of that farmhouse lace, and you can't see it on camera, but one piece is lighter than the other. One piece is a more tan color, and the other piece is creamy. So I thought they were cute together. So I'm just going to tie a bow and hot glue it to the back of the bunny's neck. So I took that tag sign, I left it as it was. I didn't paint it or do anything special to it. The color was neutral, so it works out fine. And I just wrote the word blessed, and I'm going to hot glue it to the side of my egg basket. And the reason I opted out of using the ribbon was because I didn't want to cover up that really pretty farmhouse lace at the top. And you know I would have put my ribbon at the top. So I am just going to use the solo wood flowers. I have this little piece of thistle and I got that from Dollar Tree. And I am going to just cut it off and make a little bunny butt with that, little bunny tail. And then I'm going to take my solo wood flowers and I'm just going to attach them along with some hop bush, which is so appropriate for this bunny to have hop bush on it. And I get that from Dollar Tree, so I have it in the cream color or white. And I'm just going to add that to the side with the solo wood flowers. So with everything going on, it didn't need an extra bow. so I didn't make one. I love the neutral colors and the farmhouse elegance of this piece. It is just really so pretty. And I'm going to make a beaded hanger for the back, and she's ready to be displayed. Here it is, DIY number 2, and my absolute favorite of the 3. Moving on to DIY number 3, and the last one of this video. Ribbon of choice. These little wooden hearts from Dollar Tree came out this year. I have 3 of the wood cubes. I have this little tiny Happy Easter wood word. I think that came from Hobby Lobby, and I've already cut it apart. And I have one of the Dollar Tree wood crates. I have the Rust-Oleum chiffon cream, and I also have, I think that is Desert Tan by Waverly. So I'm going to take one of the Dollar Tree signs, and I am going to take the bunnies off of it. The bunnies are all I want for this DIY. And we're just going to do an Easter book stack. I do book stacks all the time. I think every season, for every holiday, there I have a book stack made somewhere. So I'm going to make one for Easter. I don't remember making one last year, but even if I did, it wasn't like this one. So I'm going to take these 3 bunnies, and I don't want the little cottontail to be pink. This is another rustic neutral Easter piece, so I want them to be white. So I'm just going to switch them out. The bunnies that I want to use that have pink tails, I'm just going to take off the white tail off of another bunny and place it onto the bunny that I want it on. We're going to give these a little coat of paint, or at least one of them. Going to paint it in that melted chocolate so that I have 3 different colors of bunny. And I'm also going to take those 3 different colors of paint and paint my little crate that looks like a book stack. I thought about taking some spackle and covering the holes in the top of the bunny's ears, but because the material that is glued to the bunny is burlap, I just didn't think it would look right, so I left it as is. But by all means, you can do some hot glue in there or some spackle and see how that works out for you. But I like it the way it is. I took my white marker and I filled in the words Happy Easter, and I had to do that 3 times to get it to look as white as I wanted. And now I'm taking a Dollar Tree furniture marker in the color walnut, and I'm just going to stain these 3 hearts. And the hearts actually have holes in them too, so it kind of works out with the bunnies having the holes in the ears and the hearts having the holes in the center. It looks like it's supposed to be that way. So I'm going to take my super glue. Yeah, and I almost glued my fingers together. So please be careful with super glue. I should use gloves or something. I'm going to take my super glue because these words are so tiny that hot glue would just make a big mess. So I'm going to super glue these down, and it worked out really well. I'm going to hot glue my hearts down. And then I'm going to take my wood cubes and I'm going to hot glue them to the back of each bunny. And then I'm going to hot glue them to the top of my box. We're going to embellish the box a little bit more though. We're not done yet. So now I want to take some of this neutral and cream chevron burlap kind of looking ribbon. I want to cut it down to size, and then I'm going to wrap it around the box or the book stack. Just add a little dab of hot glue here and there. And now I'm going to take some jute cord and I'm going to wrap it around that ribbon. And I could have went a couple times, but I thought one would be enough because I'm also going to add a bow to it. Just tying a knot at both ends of my jute cord to give that glue a little more surface area to hang on to. Because I want this bow to be a little bit fluffy, I'm going to take 2 pieces of jute cord, just like we did in the previous DIY with the lace. I'm going to take 2 pieces and tie it together to make a bow that's going to end up with 4 loops. Just going to hot glue that down. Trim up my ends a little bit. Add my bunnies to the top. And this one's going to be ready to be displayed. Looks so cute on a tiered tray. Here she is, ready to go. I love it, you guys, and I hope you do too. This one was really quick and easy, and I enjoyed putting it together. You could do any color combination you want, but I thought this was just perfect for just something neutral. So here is the final reveal of everything that I've made for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I thank you so much for stopping by. I love talking to you guys in the comments. So again, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Do all the things. I would greatly appreciate it. And if I haven't said welcome to my new subscribers, welcome. Thank you for choosing D's Cute and Crafty. My ride or dies, you know I love you. You know who you are. Thank you for coming back. Big hugs to you. You guys, I'll put a couple more Easter videos out before Easter. But if I forget to tell you, I want to tell you now. Have a beautiful, blessed Easter. I hope you enjoy your friends and family and just have a wonderful holiday. You guys are awesome. So as always, be blessed, stay safe, and until I see you in my next one, craft something beautiful today, you guys. Bye.